I'm going to
You're
try.
not. Oh,
Okay, I'm just going to hold on. Hi, everybody. I'm Jill Bollwerk,
I'm Andy Pickler.
and I'm Joan Shwartz.
and Andy and I are from Bollwerk and Associates, and today we have a special guest, Attorney Joan Shwartz.
Hello.
And
Hello.
Joan and I have been friends since for almost 25 years since she started her own law firm, and I shared an office space with her when I first started my own law firm.
Yes.
So, welcome, Joan, to this crazy party. We all have our coffee mugs. I have I'm at home today. So, I have a home mug and I have a Be a Goldfish mug, which is backwards on Zoom. I'm very sorry. But from Ted Lasso, if you know, you know. But basically, that saying means don't let your mistakes get you down. Be a goldfish and don't think about it. Andy, what are you drinking from today?
I've got the classic greatest dad, but I am being told that since I now have two daughters, a new mug should be coming in for the holiday season.
Thank God. I was feeling so bad for poor Mila, not
I know.
getting on the
Yes.
mug.
You guys, I have a collection of those at home. Everybody gives me coffee mugs because they don't know what to get me. But I have my own coffee mug at work. We have the logo for Joan M. Schwartz. Law office is a Joan M. Schwartz. And Jill, it has been literally 25 years.
Oh my
I
gosh,
celebrate my 25th anniversary on my own, March 1 next
that's
year.
amazing.
And you moved in within months. I mean, I don't even think it was 3 months. Remember, I had office space and I was like, just move in, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
And we've been,
I started my own firm and I was like, I don't know where to go. And a mutual friend introduced us. Um, and that the rest is history.
right. And so we've been working together for 25 years, dear. That
Yes.
is, and it's been fast. Doesn't it go
Oh my
incredibly
gosh.
fast?
Life is zooming before my eyes.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
anyway, the reason we invited Joan here today is because Joan is an employment lawyer, and sometimes we need employment lawyers to help us with our some of our workers' comp clients need employment lawyers. So, Joan, why don't you explain what you do as an employment lawyer? What types of cases do you handle?
I, like Jill and Andy, am a plaintiff's attorney. That means I generally mostly represent people who are have problems with their employers, the employed person, employees. And I help people with things like claims related to discrimination if they've been treated differently in the workplace based on gender, based on race, based on age, based on disability, all those kinds of cases, and retaliated against because they filed a workers' compensation claim. That's another subset of discrimination. There's retaliation. And we end up filing these claims in the agencies that control these, the federal and state agencies, and in the circuit court. Unlike workers' comp, where they have their own court, we have to go to the general court where people go for all civil matters. And that's where these claims get brought. So we're in court, and we're also helping people before and after court with their employment problems.
And explain. So we sometimes have to call you, Joan, don't we, Andy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, every now and then we'll get a client that calls us and says that they were terminated and they were given either no reason or some reason that just doesn't add up. And we think that there might be some sort of workers' compensation retaliatory discharge claim. So Joan's usually the first person that we get on the phone after that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Joan, what is the law regarding workers' compensation retaliation in Missouri?
Well, basically, there is a law that protects people if they are retaliated against. And what we mean by that is treated differently. You don't just have to be terminated. You could be given less favorable work assignments, passed up for a promotion. You could be isolated or treated differently or given harder tasks at work. All the kinds of things that could happen because somebody isn't happy that you pursued your rights under the workers' compensation statute. And that's how general the law really is. You don't have to even have filed a claim in the Division of Workers' Comp to qualify for a retaliation claim because you asserted your rights under workers' compensation protections. That's all designed to try to help people who get hurt at work. And the law is set up to protect people if their employers retaliate, treat them badly, differently because they filed a workers' compensation claim. So we have to link it up, you know. But retaliation, as it's defined under the law, is very broad, very broad.
And is it so when you bring these claims, they're not brought in the actual workers' compensation case, right?
Right. It's a whole separate case. And when you guys call me, I have to evaluate, can I make a case? Can we prove that this person was treated adversely, differently? Let's use those words because they're a little, I'm breaking down retaliation, but adversely or differently. And can we link it up? Can we say it's because of the workers' comp claim? And how we prove that, just so you know, many times is they were going along fine at work. They had no problems. They weren't problem employees. They had never been written up. They had, like everything was going great until they got hurt at work. And they filed the workers' comp claim. And that's the starkest, easiest one to prove, right? Because somebody is like the favorite son, they're doing great, everything's going well, and then they file workers' comp claim and they can't come back to work and they're a pain in the butt, right? You become like, you're that like, they gotta accommodate you. They gotta like find somebody to do your job while you're gone. There's all these things that they do, right? To figure out when somebody gets hurt at work, and then somebody doesn't like it. Somebody doesn't want to protect the person. It's really that kind of granular, that simple.
Okay, so if somebody loses their job or goes back to work after a work injury and they feel like they're discriminated against, then they should contact an employment lawyer like yourself to see if they have a claim.
Right. And that lawyer is going to ask those kinds of questions like, what happened before? Did you have any problems? Were you on a performance improvement plan? What was your work history like? Those are important. You don't have to be the most perfect employee, but the thing is, we've got to be able to link it up. And we've got to have adverse treatment. Like a easy one would be a big demotion. Like all of a sudden this person is demoted and now they're doing something radically different and harder. Maybe, the person's on work restrictions and they're pushing that, we're going to make him do this job kind of thing, whether he likes it or not kind of thing. So it is a case by case analysis, like all employment claims. They're very fact intensive. These are very fact intensive, and no two cases look exactly alike.
We usually tell our clients when they think they're being discriminated against to keep a really detailed diary of everything that's happening so that when they call you, they can say, well, they sent me back to work and now I'm doing an easier job or a lower job with less pay, or they told me that they gave my job to somebody else, but I know for a fact they didn't. Write those things down, and then when we send them to you, they actually have the facts to give you at that point.
Right. And that is a great tip. Telling people to write things down, keep track of it, keep dates, keep in writing. If you get anything in writing, keep it, print it, send it to your email. Make sure you have that. That's really important for you, for that person going forward. And, a lot of times people don't go see a lawyer immediately, but it's the cumulative effect, the whole like series of events, and we need that. And so writing it, that's great advice to your clients, actually. It really is.
Okay, well, you know, as we always say, your job should be protected while you're on workers' compensation, time loss, or any kind of benefits, but the world doesn't work always the way it's supposed to work, and that's why lawyers like us exist. So if you have a work comp injury and you feel like you're being terminated, or your benefits have been, or your job has been adversely affected, you can give Joan a call. Joan, how do people reach you?
They can call me. You can find me on the internet, but it's 314-471-2032. Or
I
call
remember that
Jill.
number.
Or
Or call
call
us.
Jill.
Yeah. If you have the work comp claim, call us, and then we'll help you decide whether you also have a retaliation claim. So,
Right. And I want people to know, like, when I have people call me for workers' compensation claims, I call Jill.
yeah,
I send
she
them to
sends the
Jill
work
and
comp to
Ann.
me.
Yeah, we send them to Andy and Jill, and have been doing that for years and years. So,
It's interesting how all the different laws can intersect
right.
and work, especially in workers' comp and discrimination, how they can work against and for each other. So,
Right. And people should realize some facts help in one and don't help in the other.
right, right.
So it can be a little complicated. And we know that, for anybody who's watching, we know this stuff's complicated. So we're just here to try to help unpack it and figure it out.
Well, thanks for being on, Joan.
Thank you, guys. It has just been so fun, and I hope you guys have a great day.
You too.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Good to see you.
See
Bye.
y'all next time.
And you need that
Bye.
new mug, Andy. 2 babies got to
You
be
need the
on
new
the mug.
Get that new mug.
I'll send you a picture when the new one comes in, Joan.
I'm ready. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.